So the one thing I do have is a lot of time, so I figure I will explain stuff more than necessary. How about that? I'll make it so obvious that there will be no questions. So when I have my Linux install, I put all my files in the tad directory. So all my files are my home directory has little tad, and then I put all my files in this tad. Okay, so the Dropbox is over here, and so that I copy these files into the Dropbox. I could. So this is the contents of the tad directory. Okay, so all these files go into the Dropbox. So the ones that are relevant are this is my I guess I could label. Oh, this is the home directory. Okay, in TempleOS you have a home directory. Okay. Everything else is more or less the standard. When you make a standard distribution, Control D is the file manager. When you make a standard distribution, you have these directories, and pretty much everything is standard except for what's in my home directory, and the D drive is a copy. There's one thing that's not standard on the D drive. I make the website image in the web directory. So so my master copy is the C drive of VMware, and I copy. You can when you do this make distro and backup, it regenerates the D drive, including the website. So it takes about 5 minutes. You can copy the C onto the D without regenerating the website. It's a little faster, but never mind. Anyway, so these are all macros in here, and if you go down, you have the icons. This is the test suite. Anyway, I most of these are just changing directories. Anyway, some of these. So the way you understand what's going on. Here's a blog macro. So first of all, it might be well, the macro. Hit Control T, and it's a macro. The tag is blog, and the code is blog with the semicolon. So what that means is when you click on this, it went to the. So Control M gets to your menu. The in Unix, when you hit the up arrow, it does the command history, and you scroll through your past commands. But we don't really have that. So what I originally did is I made this Control M like your command history. That was the idea. It's a bunch of macros that you can send. So when you hit Control M, it browses deeper. If you hit Control B, along the side of the window is how many levels of. When you push deeper, it like F1 for help. Okay, now there's an edit along the side of the window. There's a menu and there's a terminal. So when you hit Shift Escape, it pops back, and Shift Escape gets you back to the terminal. So Control M. So this blog macro sends blog semicolon new line sends that to the command line. So if we want to get to the bottom of this, what this command does, let's look it up in the control. I hit, well, Alt Shift A gets rid of autocomplete. Alt A, Alt Shift A, Alt A, Alt Shift A. Anyway, so Control Shift F1. Okay, so blog. You see there's a red, that means it's a public symbol. If you want, you can click on it if you can't remember. Control Shift F1 gets, the autocomplete is based on the current word. And anyway, so Control Shift F1, that goes to the source of the symbol. And so this is in my home directory in the TOS blog. So in my home directory, there's some miscellaneous files for generating distros, Holy Spirit stuff. This is for like special keyboard commands for websites and stuff when I'm generating my blog. To HTML will convert one of my documents to HTML. It's customized for my own website. It makes the color cyan and stuff like that in the background. And we could put the, I don't have the HTML metadata like the words and stuff. I don't really have that. I guess we want that on our website eventually. I don't care. I have a talking alien. I don't need publicity. When the time comes, it should be. I'm just waiting for the alien to get discovered. Anyway, so this regenerates, or this command is how you do a blog. What it does is it rolls over the last blog file. I have today's blog, and then I have past blog files, and I guess it turns on autocomplete. I don't know why I do that. It changes. Oh, it turns off autocomplete, so that this basically opens up a full window. Oh, I forgot to do this. So this opens up, maximizes the window and stuff like that, and it also sends a command in the keyboard buffer to generate a date time as soon as it starts up. F6. It's pressing an F6 command key. So this is calling the editor, and if the editor exits with true, then that means we saved. If it exits with false, that means we bailed out of the editor. And if we save the editor, then it regenerates the it converts the document to HTML. It does a little bit more than that. We can look at what TOS web file does. It expands tree entries. And it converts it to HTML with all that text. It preserves the date time. I don't know why we did that. I guess we got the date time when we checked to see if the file existed, and we kept the date time identical, so we didn't alter the date time. Oh well. As a matter of fact, maybe I'm going to change that. Anyway, yeah, I should change that, maybe. Anyway, Touch lets you set the date. Other operating systems probably don't let you set the date time. They used to, the file date time. So that's how you get to the bottom of one of these macros. Control M. So let's look for an example. This is spaces to tabs. So this converts all spaces to tabs. What this does is it makes the white space kind of uniform, and then it does a merge. This is what you do if you want to, once you've made your backup and then you've modified your master, maybe you want to see if you have any changes since the last snapshot of the backup. So you hit that and it'll do a merge check. It checks the date times, and if you make a change to a file, this will tell you what you've changed since the last time you. So during the day, a couple times a day, I upload to my website. I do a backup and stuff like that. And if I'm working and I want to see if I forgot what I did today, I can see exactly what I did by checking for differences. Psalmody is what I make my hymns with. Unfortunately, VMware has distorted sound. It's not. You can't play the hymns. If you do Alt P. Anyway, Control D. So the things to remember: the home direct. Everything is like the standard distribution, except the home directory has all my files. The D is an exact copy. Plus, it has a web directory, which is an image of my website. If you go into here, you can see it has both the HTML. I make an HTML copy of all the files. So all these directories have the native and the HTML. So there's an HTML version. One of the interesting things is I put line number anchors, so that if I want to go to a line number in a file in HTML, I can. HTML doesn't say go to line number, but my links let me go to line numbers. So as a matter of fact, on my website, I have my entire distribution uploaded to my website under the source code by file, source code by symbol. This is the raw source code. So this is the this is the browser editing the file system. If you go to I have symbols. Check this out. I made a list of all the symbols, and you can go to the source of the symbol. Ultra Distro. I don't think that one exists. No. Okay. That's one of my in-house. It's not on the standard distribution. I removed the home directory from what I put on the website, my personal files. So if you want to look up a symbol, it has up here at the top L80. So this is line 80. There's an anchor in HTML, and it goes right to the source of the symbol. So the TempleOS has file links. It's not HTML, obviously. It's local files. We don't have networking. In the DAL docs directory under link. These are all the various types of links in TempleOS. You can link to a file. You can link to an anchor in a file. You can find a string in a file. That's file find. You can find the second string, third occurrence of a string. You can go to a line number in a file. You can go to a man page of a symbol. So if you enter a symbol, you can make a link to a symbol. This is for plain text. If you hit Control T, it goes to plain text mode, and if you do one of these plain text, then it starts in plain text mode. The editor, it goes in plain text. BF is Bible find, so you enter a Bible book, and then if you want a chapter and verse, it does a string search for it. It's a quick and dirty way to do it. We have a dictionary. You can go to definitions of dictionary words. I've never really used that. Help index. Now this is important. It's not important. If you hit F1, this is my help. This is a document right here. It's not generated dynamically. If you go to the documents directory, the main help index is what you get. It's a document when you press F1. Main help index. Okay, so this is not generated dynamically. This is not dynamic. However, each of the entries, that's a link. Oh, it's a link to a help index compression. So what that is, if we hit it, it generates this help. I don't know which. These are symbols that have the help index compression. So what that means is in the kernel directory, this symbol, I happen to know where this symbol is. This is the header for that symbol. There's help indexes, and this tells where the symbol is going to end up in the help index. You can make it occur on multiple spots of the help index with a semicolon. Now I sort these just to make it tidy. When you regenerate the distribution, it will sort the header files, and so you might want to be a little bit careful about putting stuff at the bottom. Well, I think it's okay, but anyway, these are sorted. It sorts by help index. Anyway, the one thing, it's really easy to make whiz-bang gadgets. It's really easy to make automated scripts. It's really, really easy. You have to be careful not to get too automated, otherwise it just gets ridiculously, like I have that sort. Did I really have to do that? Anyway, I could have done it by hand. So sometimes you want to resist the urge, just some wisdom. So the C drive is my master. The D is what I do all my transfers with. The reason, if you want to do this by hand, you can go into here, mount virtual disk. And then the mount point I use is mount disk, mount, and then you have to create a mount directory by hand and give it, it has to be the right permission. So in the mount directory I have VM disk. That's my mount point. Open, and the virtual disk. This is the VM. You have to name it TOS if you use my scripts. So in TAD VMware TOS, and then it's the VMDK is that's the one you select, the TOS VMDK. This is a virtual disk in the virtual machine. And then the volume, there's two partitions, C and D. Always do the D, don't do the C. Now, if you want to ruin the disk, the file, it's a FAT32 file system. If you go in here and if you start deleting stuff, that creates a recycle bin, and it also starts there's long and short FAT32 names. The system is kind of kludged together into, if you know the actual way the FAT32 works. Anyway, so only copy files in and out. Don't do anything. It's really easy to corrupt the from Linux. You can corrupt it so that it's no longer usable. The reason for that is FAT32 has short names. Oh, you don't remember DOS. If you remember DOS, you would understand. But now I just tried to start it up, and the drive was mounted. So that means I just hung it. I hope it's gonna. What's it gonna do? You have to unmount the drive. Now the free version doesn't let you mount disks. Now sometimes it makes it so that you have to reboot the system. Oh, as a matter of fact, I do. I have to reboot the system. Okay, well, we're done talking about that. So on my in my TAD directory, I put all my my bash scripts. I put them in here. GW's Godwords. GW Bluebird shortcomings still suffered eyebrow quadraphonic Proust homeliest codification audiences seeding mythologies devastated attendances proprietorships reassessments miscegenation midstreams regularized toga goofing shoveling steadicam hats Catalonia's float megacycles takers sachet heartthrobs Altai Eaton. Okay, I was gonna say so that's a bash script. There's a file in Unix called user shared dictionary words. As a matter of fact, I put it on my okay, I have to reboot. Anyway, I put it on my my in-house distro. The Linux dictionary is really good for using it as God's vocabulary. So I can close this down. So what else do we have? There's a passage, which is a random Bible passage. I have I can make movies out of BMP files, but I just use this OBS these days. So the VMware install makes the mount point. This is for when you're first installing. This just makes a mount point and changes it. So that's where I do that for the first time. And then vmin will transfer files from your home into the VMware. VMout moves them out. VMlog downloads the log file and puts it into the VMware. I want to never write a Linux program. I want to do all my programming in VMware. I want to never write a Windows program or a Linux program. From now on, I want to do all TempleOS programming. I could have done my log analysis file in Linux, but it's good to test your own system to learn what it needs. So the way anyway, as a matter of fact, the VM log file gets the current file. If you want to do if you want to do several days worth, then you put them in your download directory. You download them into your download directory. So you download a few of these, and then when you're done, you hit VM log, and that transfers them in, and then when you start up, it'll print the report. So I guess that's all for now. So in the Dropbox directory, that's my TAD directory. So if you might want to make a TAD directory and put those files in there. Maybe I should. I might just put them in a TAD directory in that directory. Whatever. Anyway, so.